your seeds by the roads. Share the stress as the one with the gold. Hey, we just tryna bring it home. For my people back home. We just tryna bring it home. For my people back home.
If your mouth don't empower, keep it.
They promise you freedom of speech, but what they mean freedom after the speech? You wanna learn, you can teach.
Powers, I am mad. It's myself, 100 Eyes from Powers Network. And I'd like to welcome you all to Powers Talk. You know the show.
Hey.
If your mouth don't empower, keep it. Ma. Yeah, you don't know. But today we got some brilliant individuals joining us today. One goes by the name of Jordan.
Hey.
How you doing, Jordan?
I'm great, thank you.
And we got Daryl.
Hey everyone.
Mr. Whittaker, how you doing?
I'm good, I'm great.
Yo, these two, it's gonna be a very interesting episode, guys. Yeah, we're gonna get a bit controversial, you know how we go, but it's all love and good spirits here, yeah? So Miss Jordan, you wanna tell them a bit about yourself? I heard you're a musician, you're a singer.
I am, yeah.
What type of music you do?
I do all kinds of music.
Rap?
At the moment, a little bit.
Okay.
In my room.
Okay.
With no one else around.
Okay.
No, but I do R&B. I've got a garage project out at the moment.
Yes.
It's been going on probably for the past year now.
I've heard a few songs from there.
It's doing really well at the moment.
Big up.
We had some like golden songs.
Okay.
They've basically taken our streams way up.
Okay.
Far beyond what I
Well,
could have imagined
what's the
this
highest
year.
stream song?
We're nearly at 20k on Body Party.
Okay.
It's been out for 3 months.
Okay.
So it's doing all right.
You got a video for it?
No, we don't actually.
You
And
see
it's
the
so
video for it?
crazy because I shot a video before it for another song and a video after it.
Okay.
And now everyone's like, we need a video for Body Party.
Oh.
So we might have one before spring.
Okay. Let's manifest that one.
Yeah,
then. Big up
indeed.
yourself.
Thank you.
Mr. Whittaker, what do you do day to day, my bro?
Spiritual life coach, astrologer.
Yes.
That's my main focus.
You're astrologer.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
So I look at the rhythms of the universe and I apply it to Earth, how we can use it practically to find the easiest way to achieve our goals.
Interesting.
Love that.
Do you do tarot cards and that?
No, I don't do tarot cards, no.
Okay. So what's your specialty in the spirituality realm? What's your specialty?
I would say astrology.
Astrology.
As a tool.
As a tool, yeah.
My superpower is being able to collapse realities and manifest new ones.
Ooh, I like that, Mr. Whittaker. We're gonna have a good episode. Okay. Let's get this cracking then. Let's get cracking. You know how we do. We keep it light at the start, very light. But it can get deep depending on how you lot where you wanna take it.
Okay.
So let's kick it off with the first thing. Yeah. Do men really want to be stepfathers?
Oh.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's light.
I don't know who's going to go first.
All right, cool. I'm gonna give you some context to it, yeah, just to
Go on.
give you the answers, yeah. I personally think men don't really want to be stepfathers.
I would
I
agree.
personally think, for example, yeah, if you met a partner or your potential partner and she has one child, yeah, you get with that partner, you breed the partner. She has another child. That's one each, yeah. You stay with the partner long term. You breed another child. The dynamics have changed. This child here might be getting left out of the family kind of thing, and just that alone, that whole way got sculptured naturally. That lets me know I don't really think men want to be stepfathers. So my question to you lot is, do you agree with my statement or do you disagree? And if you disagree, why? And if you agree, I would like some context, please.
I agree with it to a certain extent. I don't believe that men get into relationships with women who have children and they're completely oblivious to the fact that there might be some form of responsibility that might fall on their shoulders. But I don't think men walk into it saying, oh yeah, I just want to be somebody's stepdad.
I don't think so either.
No, do you know what I mean?
No?
Not at all.
Because the question will come, so I'm going to hit you up in a second, and the question will come, yeah, if the mum passed away, does the dad step up? Does he step up to be the dad fully? Because I beg to differ that one there, to be fair.
I think it depends on the man, firstly, and it also depends on the reason you got into the relationship. So if you have vibed with someone so much that it's no longer about just the physicality, you've got children, you know that you're meant to be with this person spiritually, then of course you more likely would take on the child as well with no problems. But if you're going in there and it's very like, it's lust, she looks good, so I will look past the fact she's got a child. And when she passes, well, the kid no longer serves a purpose. So then men might leave that way. So I think there is levels to this.
Alright, cool. You're with the partner, yeah. Alright, you got children, yeah. Cool. You and your partner end up breaking up for whatever reason, yeah. You get with another partner, and you've been with that partner for like a year. That's not the father or the biological connection to your child. He hits your child one day. Yeah. What's the move now, people? What are we saying? Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
100%.
If you hit your child for a real reason,
no, there's no discussion.
There's no discussion, not at all.
No.
So he has no power whatsoever to discipline your child.
No.
Okay, wait. So look what I just said. I said discipline. I didn't say smack though. I
No,
said discipline.
okay. So if we're going based on discipline, that's different.
Yes.
Go sit in the naughty corner. You've been naughty. Go and chill in your room. Wait for your mum to come home so your mum can talk to you.
Yes.
But being physical with my child is a no-go zone. So it would be a goodbye.
Yep.
It wouldn't be anything to discuss.
What about you?
Well, no one's hitting my child, so I can put that out there. But I think as a man, you would need to have the room to discipline a child if you're looking to be with her long term. So let's say you're with the kid and the kid reaches 14, he starts moving a bit crazy, thinking I'm going to get involved with gangs, whatever. I'm telling you that there's going to be a time as a man you have to step up and be like, no, you need to pipe down, to almost humble them, because that's where the masculine to masculine energy teaches it, because it's iron sharpened of iron, so it hits it great. So that's why sometimes it's hard for men to get with women that have children, because they're going to be very protective naturally over their children. You can't touch my child, etc. But then when the situation needs a bit of like a masculine touch, which sometimes is like, I'm going to flick you or to calm you down, then that...
What do you He said flick. What are we talking?
That's
talking
like,
about
no, like if you're thinking, no, like even the small things, women, they're not going to, because I have kids, I understand that even those small things, women are like, why did you do that? Don't touch my child. So as a man, that you almost feel alienated, because you have to be able to lead the relationship. You have to be able to forge where it's going, and how the children are disciplined is a part of that. So if you're cut out of that because you've got with someone who's not willing or doesn't trust you enough to say that you can discipline my children to what you think is correct,
it can't work then.
It won't work.
Yeah, he's
no matter
right.
how much you want it to.
I would agree with that. But then discipline, there's standards to discipline, there's levels to discipline. So it really is, for me, about having a conversation about what the boundaries are, what you're willing to accept. Do you know what I mean? And then take it from there. But when it comes to physical contact, it's just a no. It's just a no.
Techie one, isn't it, guys? You're just saying straight no. So wait, you will leave your partner if you hit your child once?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because it's not...
Mr. Whittaker.
None of us should be hitting our kids full stop, is why. That's the angle that I'm coming from, first and foremost. None of us really should be hitting our kids. We all know every now and then...
Did you never get smacked as a kid?
Of course I did.
So did it do you any harm?
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
Because it depends on what angle the smacks
Wait.
are coming
I'm not
from.
talking abuse. I'm saying
right,
smacks.
so that's what I'm trying to say. There's a difference. When you're giving your kid a smack or a flick to be like, get back to reality, let's just say, right?
Is that okay for the partner to do that to your child?
Mixed emotions. Mixed emotions. I have to be honest.
You have to be honest, because it's a real
Do you know
life
what I mean?
situation.
Yeah.
So Mr. Whittaker, you heard her response. She will say, if you hit my child, I'm gone. If you got in a relationship and the woman stated that from the get-go, if you ever touch my child, I'm leaving you, what are you doing? Are you trying to build in that relationship, or are you just cutting out?
I'm not trying to hit a child. I think that's like...
Well done,
Yes.
well done, man. I like that. Straight away. Let's get, no one's trying to hit children out here.
Yeah, exactly.
We definitely need to have that in there. But I think when it gets to a certain age, it depends. If I'm saying I'm going to be with you the rest of our lives together, I know that child's going to turn 14, 15, 16, and you're going to start, I don't know, associating with gangs, whatever. I'm going to take you somewhere, like let's say, even if it's a gym, and I'm going to say, okay, you think you're a bad man, cool, right? Let's fight this out.
What, this what?
Let's fight this out in the ring.
Yeah.
What do you mean fight out? Like you're gonna have a boxing match with the youth?
That's different
If
though.
they're 16, we're talking about real ages.
Young adults.
Yeah, because
What if the youth bangs you up though?
then obviously,
That's a good question, isn't it?
You heard that? You 6'3".
yeah, straight away.
That's a real life situation, bro.
No, for real.
And the thing is, I think that's also where women and men need to choose people they actually respect.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, man. Big up.
There you go.
Touch me on that one, brother.
There you
That's
go.
real life. You have to do that. That's the basis of forming a relationship anyway.
And I think the question of children really comes down to if you're with someone you do not respect
Yeah.
the way that they live.
Yeah.
the
You don't
way-
be with them.
Right, but sometimes we get caught up with the sex or
Nah, man.
the first date or the look or that biochemical reaction. Like I feel good with this person, but I don't actually like you. So
I like that point right there.
then when things really hit the fan,
Yeah.
when it comes to things like children, where you're going to live, how much you're working, they actually don't like you. They just like the feeling they got from you.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's deep.
That's real.
That's deep still. But that's a real life scenario. You get me?
Yep.
You get me? Especially like someone that's looking for escape, a level up.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like it happens. It happens. How much men get used? Women get used as well. Let's
Yeah,
not
of
get
course.
twisted. Yeah, it's just
I was
the
going to
killer.
say something as well, yeah, touching on your point in regards to the young adult, because it's very different raising a child under the age of, say, 9
Yeah.
to raising a child who's now hit puberty and they're going through things, especially for young men.
Yeah.
I've got a 15-year-old. Do you know what I mean? And luckily for me, it's been a pretty smooth journey. But I know a lot of 15-year-olds out there doing all kinds of things. So then you would have to, I guess, readdress the boundaries, because it could be a situation where that young person doesn't respect their mum. And as their partner, you would then have to step in. I think that's a bit different.
Yes. It's dynamics.
Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So
It's I think I'm always going to revert it back to the revolution of the mind. We need to be taught that from a youth. So even when you start thinking like that, even picking a partner is a very a decision you got to sit down and really deep. Like, yeah, there's lots of good women looking at here, but I'm gonna break a point down to you in a second. Yeah, do we see if that partner is compatible with us? You know, when I was talking to you outside, like we got African men and we got Caribbean men. We're from the same breed, but we separated now. Innit?
Yeah.
We're different people, innit?
culture's different.
Culture's different, big culture's different. So, are people even looking at the culture side of things when they're picking partners? Do you get what I'm saying? For example, if you want to get with a black man, what type of black man do you want to get with?
Yeah.
What? You trying to get with an African? You trying to get with someone from the Caribbean, someone from South America, someone from Papua New Guinea? There's different type of black out here. So know what you're picking and what you're chasing, kind of thing. You feel me?
Yeah, your
100%.
morals, your morals and your views on life, the world,
Yep.
should be similar.
Similar, definitely.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because there's always room for compromise, but two views that are completely different, it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
And also family. What's the family like?
Yeah.
That's gonna be a major impact in how you're raising this child and how your relationship's gonna go as well. To be fair, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, with relationships, I think how to break it down is really hard when you look about compatibility, because there's physical compatibility. Simple fact, am I turned on by you? That, if that box is not ticked, you shouldn't even approach it at all. But then there's mental compatibility. Do we have similar values? So if I want to hustle, right, do you want to support a man that hustles? If not, if you want me to be home all the time, to have a lot of quality time, fair enough, I might not be the right person for you. And then it's all about, like you said, culture.
Yep.
I'm a Caribbean, so I understand carnival.
You're Caribbean.
Yeah, Caribbean, Nigerian, Jamaican.
Well, you guys see towards the Caribbean side more. You
Yeah, I
said?
was raised as a Caribbean, so I
Is your mum
understand.
Caribbean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I understand carnival. So
Yeah, big up Carnival.
yeah,
Well, you're-
Jeez.
but for example,
There's room for that
We all love
still.
Carnival.
we like carnival, right? But then you might go to like a conservative black African man, and he could never understand that his partner would want to go to somewhere like carnival, because that's so far removed from their quote unquote culture.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that's an argument. She's like, oh, it's carnival, of course I'm going to go there and dance. He's like, no, you can't do that. You shouldn't have got with that person because you actually don't like them. Right? Everything else might match up, but you have to like the person. Do I like the time I spend with you? Do I like, I don't know, going for walks with you, because it's
That's
not
a
the
big deal.
thing.
You actually don't deep it like that, innit? You actually
Of course not.
You have to like the person as a friend.
Yeah.
Foremost first, I think.
Because imagine
More
you're
than
in a bad
anything else.
mood, and do you know what I mean? You're in a bad mood, and you just don't like that person. Even can you imagine the dynamics?
Everything kill off.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You're in a bad
Let's
mood.
get clear.
You just look at the person you're supposed to be in love with, and you're like, do you know what I mean? I don't even like you.
Yeah, it's deep.
He's right.
It's
I
deep.
agree with that.
Nah, big up, man. Big up you two, man. I thought it was a light question, innit? It was light, innit? Paul, let's while we're still parents, I'm gonna stay on the parents topic. I'm gonna switch up in a second. Yeah, what should happen to parents that promote hate speech?
In what capacity?
Look, we're in 2023. Yeah, racism supposed to be dead, apparently, but for some reason,
Right.
the children and the adults are still racist. So it's happening somewhere in the household or in the pub or whatever clubs they go to. I don't know it, but it's definitely happening still. I still see it. Like, so what do you think should happen to those parents that promote hate speech in their household? Should they get sentenced? Should it be a criminal offence? Is it a civil offence? What would you say? Is it a crime against the common land? What I was trying to get your thoughts on it, people.
I'm not saying it's okay, but I do think that something should take place if, let's say, we're talking about children, that they've come to school and they are using certain terms. Do you know what I mean?
But if they just decide that they want to play with that kid because he's from that race.
Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that, though, is there? Unless they specifically say, I don't want to play with that kid because they're black.
Yeah.
Or they're Chinese, or they're Indian, or whatever the case may be, and vice versa. A black child saying, I don't want to play with a white kid because they're white, you would need to figure out, or at least call a parent in to say what's going on, because
and
you would have to question how that child's being raised.
Cool. They come into school and said, yeah, we don't like the blackies.
Yeah, well then we need to call a meeting, innit? Do you know what I mean?
My point is, what should happen to the parents then? What should happen to those parents?
I think, for me personally, there's nothing you can do to the parents.
There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do except for you can change the way that the education system is itself to help kids at a younger age think for themselves.
Okay, yeah.
Because a lot of the biases that let's say old white people have are actually subconscious. That if you can actually attach them to a machine and say, do you not like black people? And they'll say, of course I like black people. And then more likely they'll come up and it's not lying. But the issue is that years and generations of ideas and philosophies and paradigms then kind of add up. And then that's just how they see it. They just look down on us naturally. It's just almost a given to them. It's like certain people are wealthy as a given. It's the same principle.
That takes place in the home, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How you design the things that your child constantly hears on a regular basis will determine how they show up in society, their beliefs,
100%.
and obviously we can undo stuff, but the natural form is what you learn at home is what you project outside into the world.
I agree with that, but we also live in a system. I think racism is almost systemic now. It's not
It's been systemic.
It's no almost, it's definitely,
And a lot of the people that are involved in it, or the actual moving parts of what overt racism is very few. There's very few actual evil people out there. There's just a lot of people that just go with the flow.
Yep.
And so evil continues because not enough people say no.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what's happening. There's certain philosophies and things that are coming up on the newspapers, the news, and not enough people saying to their kids, no, don't watch that, don't listen to that, that's wrong. And so that they just take it up almost subconsciously.
But they're also watching how their parents deal with other people and the conversations that they have amongst their peers.
True.
I think that also designs the child. Do you know what I mean? Because let's say, for instance, to be homophobic, let's just say you're at home and your mum and dad are saying this and that about people who are gay or are attracted to the same sex, or you have religious beliefs, right? And then you go out there and then you project your beliefs or what your parents have put onto you, what your family's put onto you. And then here we have it, another generation of what was learned in the home,
So
whether it's right or wrong.
What's happened to the parents then?
I mean, I do believe that if there's evidence of that, then somehow some sort of civil something needs to take place in order for them to take responsibility to...
Not criminal, strict civil.
No, because nothing criminal has really happened. It's different if
It's hate crime. You're preaching hate.
Yes, you are, but you're not preaching hate into the open. They're doing that indoors. So I'd understand if a child's
doesn't
come
matter.
out... Yeah, if a child's come out and a child said A, B, and C because my mum said A, B, and C, then that's a whole different story. But if a child's saying to another kid in the playground, I don't want to play with you because I just don't like you, even though they don't understand that what they're learning at home. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a bit different because you have no evidence in order to place a criminal.
Big up. It's ideology. You can't fight ideology, can you?
No.
You can't. You can't fight what's in someone's mind.
There you go.
You're going to educate them.
Yeah.
And like you said, in schools, the education, it's not education, it's indoctrination, innit?
Yes.
They're not really learning nothing, innit?
True.
Yeah, but big up, man. So, people, you both are Jamaicans.
No.
No?
No.
Where are you from?
My mum's Bayesian, my dad's St. Lucian.
Oh, sorry. Apologies.
It's
then.
okay.
Apologies.
Jamaican, Nigerian, yeah.
Jamaican, Nigerian. So what do you think of the Chinese people up in the Caribbean and buying up land and taking over? What do you think? You think all is fair? All is fair? All is fair? They got the money.
Fair.
Man ain't buying the land.
Fair, no.
Not fair. It's not fair. Why is it not fair?
Well, it's not fair because...
Because they're doing the same thing in Africa. They do it in my country as
Yeah,
well.
100%.
Just so you know,
100%.
yeah.
They're doing it everywhere in the world. China is the next superpower.
I think they're the superpower now.
I was going to say, I thought there was already, to be honest.
I think we're going to see a shift, like a real shift of power. We're still in that transitionary phase where the dollar's still the number one.
I think it's shifted already. I think we're under the illusion that we're still on this thing. I think it's shifted. Why you lot hating on China so much then? If it ain't shifted, if you're not a threat,
fair point.
Why are you lot still going on about these people?
I don't hate on China. I understand that this is just their season.
Yeah.
My real goal is that I think that black people need to go into their season.
And we had our season.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of years of history.
Yeah, but we have summer every year, so we know that the seasons change. And I think that's where we've more likely been at the top. And then, you've got like the law of rhythm, you've got the law of polarity, so we have to go back down to the bottom. That's just cyclical. We've hit the bottom, we've been slaves to the entire world, they've taken our land, but we're starting to see a raise of consciousness. So things are starting to go back up. But that will only come through stress, that will only come through
Crisis.
pain. Yeah, through crisis. And so when you see things like what's happening in the Congo with the cobalt, and then you see what's happening in Jamaica when they're buying up the land, this is the sort of thing that in this day and age, people are going to really look at this and say, no, there's a problem. Let's shift it together. Let's come together as powerful black men and women, re-establish our families again, start buying back up land. So fair, in a sense, no, because they have more resources than us. But life isn't fair. Like that's just a typical thing for me. This is going to be the catalyst for us to really take back our power. Because you're seeing companies in Africa really start to blow up. We have our own cryptocurrency. You're seeing other countries stop selling off their cocoa for cheap and other things like that because we've got the resources. We just need to push. Sometimes it's okay to get pushed into a corner. I think that's normal. But in today's day and age of microwaves and things like that, anything that's hard and long, we've been like, oh, no, I don't want to do that.
I can't even imagine that though, because I feel like Jamaica's that land has crazy trauma.
True.
Crazy trauma. From that alone, I'm hearing people that live in Jamaica can't even go on certain beaches.
Really?
Have you heard that?
No.
I've heard it, but I haven't experienced it.
Last year, Stephen Marley was doing a campaign for that. He said enough is enough.
I need to go
Jamaicans can't even go on their own beaches because they locked it off for tourists, certain tourists. Because some resorts, most resorts are built near beaches.
Yeah,
and
private beaches.
Lots of beaches are locked off because of that.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
I had no idea.
So that's happening. That's been happening already. Then you got the Chinaman coming, buying up all the people. You better start putting your money together, and start buying your land. But this is it's a big deal. Not buying the house, buying the land. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. When you own land, you're able to create truly.
Yeah.
Because if you buy land and you build a home, the money from the land itself, the land will still have its value. If you build a home, the home then has its value. All of the builders, they still have their money that they've had. But then you've also created something new, and that's why buying land and owning the entire process is so important.
I hear you.
But as black people, it's like, are we actually there to do that? We need to build to a place where we are actually able to do that. Because right now it's like we're playing. We're still learning how to truly deserve our freedom.
Back like what we said, back to what I said at the beginning, the revolution of the mind needs to happen first.
Yeah.
Like we can't do nothing. We can buy up all the land in Jamaica, for God's sake, and we will still spoil it.
Yep.
Because we ain't had the revolution of the mind.
Yep.
100%.
Do you get what I'm saying to you?
100%.
Like if someone got given £1 million and they ain't had the revolution of the mind, that £1 million getting spunked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on European products, like
Or just whatever, rather than investment.
Definitely. So I think the revolution of the mind is key in our community. I hate using the word community because I don't believe in the black community. I don't believe it. I think it's fact.
I think we're
100%.
behind.
You think we're behind?
Yeah.
100%. We've been behind.
Yeah, drastically behind, to be honest.
What's it like in Barbados? Is it like Jamaica?
No.
Have you been to Jamaica?
No. But from what I hear,
Yeah.
in Barbados, we go where we like.
What do you mean you go where you like?
We go where we like. We're not banned from beaches. Bajans go wherever they want.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never heard that. The only thing I know in Barbados is that we can't wear army clothes.
Why?
Because the army and the police wear army camouflage print. So you can't wear camouflage print in Barbados. Other than that,
Well, not even a hat.
no camouflage print, no.
What happens if you wear a camouflage? What are you going to do?
You get in trouble. Obviously, if you're a tourist, then they will tell you. But Bajans know, don't wear camouflage print. Do you know what I mean? I went out there in 2016. I've been out there before, but I went out there as an adult, as a mum. And something that I had on it had a camouflage print. And security came up to me in the airport and was like,
What?
you got to change your clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom. What do you mean? What do you mean? But listen, the Bajans, they look like the Tainos the most, more than what I can see. When I see a lot of Bajans, they definitely got that Indian side of them more than
My
any other
grandmother,
Caribbean.
she looks like a Somalian, my grandmother.
She's like Somalian?
Yeah.
And even the way they talk different compared to the rest of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And that's probably the Indian from way back. Like, trying to escape, but they don't
Don't be like that.
Let's go. That was a bit sly. That was sly. That was sly. Let it slide. Now let's move on before we get caught up in it. Should violent offenders, be forgiven?
No.
Not at all.
Depends on what the violence is, who the violence was against. There's variables for me.
I just think it depends on the motive behind the violence. And that's it.
Versus revolutionary. I had to crack some eggs to make this omelette. It is what it is. What? But everyone's living nice now, innit? Everyone's free now, innit? So what? Should violent offenders, should they be forgiven? What religion are you lot, by the way?
I'm spiritual, I'm not religious.
I don't have a religion.
Why does everyone say that?
You know why though?
Why?
Because I believe that religion was put in place to conquer and divide us all as people.
I ain't gonna disagree with that.
That's my opinion.
So do you believe in forgiveness?
Yes.
Do you believe everyone deserves forgiveness?
Yes.
Everyone.
But not just for the person though. I believe everyone deserves forgiveness for self.
Okay, yeah, we know
That's
that.
it.
Yeah, we know that. But
Yeah,
what about
but-
the person that did the crime? Should they experience forgiveness from everyone
No, not necessarily.
Depends.
on the crime?
I think it depends, and I can still forgive you and be able to do what I need to do.
Can you forgive in all circumstances?
No, it depends. For myself, I'm more likely to take on more from like a lot for me. It's like my family, and yeah, I'm okay holding that if it's negative karma or whatever it needs to be. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Don't mind. I don't mind.
He's still on it. He's still on it. I can't say no. He's still on it. He don't believe that. Yeah. Sis, you're saying no.
I don't know. I believe that, you see me, I forgive for me. I don't necessarily forgive for the other person. So some would say, well, then it's not forgiveness. To a certain extent, yes, because I've released the energy. Do you get what I mean? But I think that when you forgive someone, that means that you've wiped the slate clean. And I'm not really in a position to do that based on how, if a person's treated me really badly, I can't just wipe the slate clean.
But for yourself though.
For myself, I can wipe the slate clean, yeah, because I've now learnt from it and I know myself and I know that I won't make certain decisions again. However, you can't speak for a person who may have slighted you.
Yeah, I think with forgiveness, I don't know. I think we've been taught certain quote unquote moral.
Have you not done nothing like mad out here? Then you think,
Oh, I've done, and
Like,
that doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
And if you don't think you deserve to be forgiven for what you've done back then?
Yes, I do. But I've never done any. The things I wouldn't forgive, I would never do.
Okay. I'm going to speak on me as a teenager.
Yeah,
I was
please.
reckless.
I about to say,
Yeah.
I done mad things out here, B.
Right. And I caused a lot of pain and fear in a lot of people.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Whoa.
Do I believe that?
I don't know what you're like now. What?
Do I believe that I should be forgiven for that? Maybe not.
No?
Maybe not, because I cannot speak for why a person would choose not to forgive me. And I don't know the effect that my actions had on that person's life. So I can't state that. Do you know what I mean? Even in that aspect, I've had to learn to forgive myself and find the reasons as to why I behaved the way I behaved at the time,
Trauma.
basically.
Yeah, of course. That's the only reason why people acting up.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
really- that's really
110%, right? But not everybody knows that. If whoever I may have terrorised at 15
Yeah.
is not necessarily going to know, well, she was being terrorised at home and now she's come out to terrorise someone else to make herself feel better.
But you should have a good brain on your head and enough experience in life to know, like, yo, as children, they're not really in control of who they are.
Of course not, but some people stay stuck in trauma. This is why you have emotionally unintelligent people.
Yeah.
So say, for instance, something could have happened to someone at 12
Yeah.
and they stuck in that stuck in that emotional trauma. They're now like a 12-year-old for the rest of their lives until they undo and unpick that trauma. Same for 15, so forth, so forth. That's why I say, for me, with that understanding, I can't necessarily say, oh, well, yeah, that person has to forgive me, because that person might be mentally stuck in that trauma. That's why it's important for the evolution of the mind,
Revolution of the mind.
because there's a reason behind everything.
There is.
Do you get what I mean?
There is. And you're right, because if they stay stuck in that trauma, that means they ain't elevated themselves.
There you go.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So how are they going to be able to understand what it is to forgive if they're still stuck in that trauma? That's why I can't speak for anyone.
It's good you said that. Like 2 weeks ago, I went back to my old ends and I was walking and I saw someone looking at me. I looked at him. He had a familiar face. I just kept on walking. Whatever, I didn't care about it. I got a phone call that night and I was speaking to someone about something. Then this person who I saw's name got mentioned. So in my head it all clicked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Synchronicity.
He goes, oh yeah, your name got mentioned and he seemed a bit triggered. I'm like, why? What really happened? I'm thinking, what? He goes, you done something to when you was younger. And I said, oh, brother.
See?
And I had to sit back, like, that's why he's looking at me like that. And I just couldn't figure out where his face was from. Because, you know, we're out here.
You've
innit?
moved past it, but he hasn't.
I know. Brother.
So how is he supposed to forgive you if he hasn't?
Listen, I'll buy him another phone, man. I'll buy it for you again, bro.
I know what kind of terrorist he was.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
I'm a
real.
poverty-driven child. I got trauma as well.
Yeah.
So back to the forgiveness thing. I forgave myself for that because I'm not who I was then. So if you can't forgive me, unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to take that on and just ride it out, man.
No, but why should you have to take it on if someone can't forgive you?
I'm taking it on because I know he's not forgiving me. So I know I've caused him a trauma where he can't forgive me. So
But then do you hold that as a burden, or do you understand that it's not your burden to carry?
Who, me?
Yeah, you don't. Okay. No, because I just wanted to decipher the meaning of you saying, well, I take it on. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, I meant to say I acknowledge it then.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah, yeah.
I forgot I did it until someone told me. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, let it go, man. Let it go, man. Let it go. So listen, let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Do you eat meat?
Yeah.
Do you eat meat?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
eat-
yeah.
You're all big meat eaters, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I hate meat.
So, do you think about the animal once you eating it?
No.
I give thanks to the animal.
You thanks it?
Yeah, it tastes good.
Oh, wow.
You know, it doesn't.
Do animals have souls?
Of course.
Oh, okay. So you know that as a spiritual person, you know this animal got a soul, and you're consuming it.
What's wrong with that though?
I don't know. You tell me. It's got a soul. It's like you. It breathes, lives, gives birth.
No,
Oh, plants have souls.
Yeah.
The plants have souls.
Of
Everything has a
course.
soul.
Everything's attached to Gaia.
Stop,
Come on now.
Stop. What are we talking like? Come on, what are we talking? Plants got the same souls as us.
Plants have.
Plants can't make decisions. Plants can't move and do a negative move. It can't.
But that's not your
How?
soul. But your soul isn't what does that though.
Yeah.
So you have to break down like what the soul is, what the spirit is, what the ego is.
The spirit is breath. That's what it is, right? Let's not go into the spirit. 'cause
Spirit is
that's-
awareness.
Energy.
Yeah, I would say.
So I've heard different things now.
I believe it's energy. We're all energy. I think that's what he's saying. We're all energy. We're all connected.
Yeah, we are.
I believe that's what he's saying. So I feel like that's where he's coming from. Correct me if I'm wrong. In regards to saying that everything has a soul. Because we're all connected. The soul is energy. I think that's what he means.
I don't know. I don't know about plants having a soul. I can't agree on that one. I don't know.
But it's connected to the air that we breathe.
It might live on a different dimension to us.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's got a same soul as us. I don't know.
Not the same soul. We're humans. It's different, isn't it?
So what do you mean not the same soul? Ain't every soul the same?
No, there's levels to this. The same way
There's different levels to souls.
There's different
even in
levels to
people,
everything.
I believe there's different levels to souls.
Yeah.
Stop. Break it down for me, please. So what do you mean everyone's got different? What? So she got a purple soul?
No.
So what are we talking?
I'm talking about energy frequency.
Yeah, of course, you know that.
So, right, so then we all have different souls then. You have some people that are here and their souls are not, what's the correct word to use? Their souls are not of a high enough vibration to be living in a certain frequency. So we all have different souls. We all have different soul contracts. We're all here to do different things. So of course we do.
Soul contracts?
You don't believe that we got soul contracts? You don't believe that you came to Earth to fulfill a purpose? Do you believe that you was just supposed to be here to exist?
No.
Then you...
I don't know about that soul contract stuff though. I don't know. I don't know it.
So
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, but in your
can't remember
gut,
it.
you're doing this for a reason, right? Because in your gut, you feel that's the right thing for you to do.
I feel like it's a calling for me.
Okay, and that's your soul's purpose. That's your soul's contract.
I don't remember signing it though.
No, you don't need to sign it. I don't mean it in that term. I just mean that we come here to fulfill. We come here to do a job.
Yeah.
One way or another. That's what I believe.
Okay.
And in a sense, it's a contract, whether we sign it or not.
So since you're saying that, are you destiny or free will? Especially you, Mr. Spiritual Astrologer.
Well, for me, I think everything happens outside of time, and then we just experience it in time.
I like that, but I need more.
So, in a sense where when you step out into the spiritual world, you're stepping out of physicality. Time is something that only exists in the physical world because it's only the way that we check the movement of things. So, what's 24 hours? A rotation of the sun. What's a year? A rotation around the sun, right? So, it's just a measurement. That's time. When you step into spirituality, you stepped back from that.
So there's no time in spirituality.
In the spirit, there's realms where time doesn't exist anymore. Right, and this is why someone can take 10 years to achieve something, and someone else can take 2 weeks to achieve something, because they know how to tap into another, almost let's say another dimension, to bring something from another space in time to this reality. This is why science, for example, you can have the radio being discovered on one side of the world by Nikola Tesla, but then there's also some German scientists that's working on the same thing, same pattern.
Ain't that to do with the ether though? What's in the ether now is given off to everyone.
But everything is spirit. We live in a shadow of spirit. There's just realms. So you have the highest realm, right? So that's all things connected as one.
What's the highest realm called?
We don't need to give it a name. It's just the all. It's everything in existence. I think naming it negates from it, so I try not to. It's just there is.
How many realms are there?
Who knows? There's infinite realms. It goes.
What? There's infinite realms. Have you heard this before?
Yeah, I have. Because I study astrology, but I'm just listening. I'm genuinely taking in what he's saying because he studies it on a different level.
Yeah.
It's just an interest to me. He studies it, so I'm listening.
So there's different. How much? There's infinite realms.
There's infinite realms. So if you was to break down spirituality, old school, if you want to go all the way back, there are no true rules to the universe, right? There's nothing that you have to do morally. There's principles to the universe. So there's principles of mentalism, correspondence, you've got cause and effects, gender, rhythm, polarity, and correspondence, right? From these principles, they act on something called the no thing, which is the potential of all things happening.
Okay, yep.
And then you have cause and effect, which then creates the realms. That's what they talk about: Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Masculine, feminine. You get the different archetypes. As you then go down, right, you then have spirit. Spirit is when you are aware of what is happening, right? It's just the awareness. It's the I before the I am, right? It's what's listening to the thoughts. It's what's
before the I am.
It's the I, right? It's the you, the being bit, right? Because you observe everything, right? What's a thought? You observe the thought. What's imagination? You observed pictures in your brain. If there's something to do with your body. It's just an experience. You're just experiencing what's going on inside a shell, right? Which we call a body. So as you then go down the realms, you get a spirit, right? Which is like your energy, your energetic frequency as the soul descended into the body, right? That whole process, you then become a baby and you have a soul, but you don't have an ego yet, right? That's why they say that the brain is not developed properly until you're around 7. Because
25.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
Yeah,
you
so
don't develop till 25.
Yeah, not until you're 25. I know what you're saying in regards to
I know what you're
psychology.
saying. I know what
Show
you're
me the
both
boy
saying.
at 7, I'll show you the man. Because the
Yes.
first 7 to 10 years is like the most like detrimental time of the brain's a sponge.
Yes.
But the brain isn't fully formed until a person's 25.
because you develop your ego over time.
Yeah.
Divine masculine is actually a lot slower than divine feminine. Divine feminine is constant.
Creator, flow.
Yeah.
So wait. So you're not with the Abrahamic faiths or nothing, then, are you? If you're saying that already, the feminine energy is constant, that means it must have been here from the beginning, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So you're not with the Abrahamic faiths, then, are you?
I'm with no faith because I know God. I don't need to have faith in it. You know?
Amen.
Yeah.
All of the tools, they were there to teach us. Right? There are principles in each of them. Like you read the Kabbalah, for example, you see the tree of life and other things like that. You're like, okay, let me try to use this. What does it mean? Why does it align to chakras? And then you look at the angels and you look at the angel numbers and you're like, okay, how does this, when this is turned up in my life a lot, certain things start to happen. And then you start thinking about certain times in the month and you...
What are angels to you?
Angels are archetypes. So everything is ideas, everything is mind for me. It's just the levels of mind, right? How high up it goes. An archetype is a group of ideas. So you might have the archetype of love, right? And then all the ideas of love is in a space, right? And then physically that manifests multiple places in the universe. So you have Venus, for example, which is a representation of love, right? What is love? Love is unity. We can say love is abundance. We can say love is pleasure.
What colour is Venus?
Venus is actually a multicolored planet. So because of the gases on it,
So what chakra will relate to it?
it would be the heart chakra. So that's green.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what about Mars then? Mars will be
Mars is the...
what, the root?
It's
No.
fire.
Yeah, it's this, the
The
sacral
root.
chakra.
So it'll be
Solar
red
plexus,
or
sorry.
orange.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, red, orange, yellow. So it might be yellow.
Yeah, so it
Solar
goes,
plexus.
Saturn is your root, I think. Then you've got Jupiter is the sacral. Solar plexus is Mars. Venus is the heart. Mercury is the third, is the throat.
Yeah, because it's communication.
Yeah, the moon is your third eye. And then the crown chakra is the sun.
Okay.
It's learning today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it to me. Give me some more.
So then when you're thinking about that, like, the thing is not thinking about what's possible in any realm, is what's possible in my realm. Because that's the only really real thing that matters. It's what energy you embody. So when you embody an energy, you don't have to manifest anything ever again. Because if you're embodying the energy, everything you need for that thing to happen has to come to you.
Yeah, you're naturally aligned to it.
And I can give you some examples, right? The other day, I was saying to my partner, I need a car, right?
You need a car?
Yeah, to get to and from work.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay for petrol, but I want to get to and from work. So I need a car.
You don't pay for petrol?
I don't want to pay for anything, okay? I'm a stingy guy. So
I don't want to pay for anything.
so I said that to her, and I'm just doing my thing. I made a contract with the universe. I'm going to work every day I can. I'm going to be productive. You look after me. Otherwise, I'm finished because I can't go into the corporate world again. And then a week later, my manager calls me, oh, do you want to take the van home? What do you mean by that?
Oh, that's just random.
Right?
Not
That's
random, no,
that's
because he
just random,
manifested
innit?
it.
And then he was like, oh, yeah, we've got a
Real.
new van coming in, right? And you're a good driver. You can, every day you're working, you can take it to and from. So I say to the universe, boom, I need this. Right? Well, I'm not even saying it to the universe. I'm saying I need this. In general, I'm embodying a certain energy, which is in alignment with what I'm meant to be doing. And so the universe says, I recognize I need something, so the universe just gives it to you. You no longer have to manifest because you've embodied.
Look, I need a couple milli still. What are we saying? How do I get that? How do I manifest that?
You know, if you really wanted like
Takes
massive,
work.
mass amounts of wealth. I think it's you have to find a way that you can produce mass amounts of value, but doing it in the easiest way possible for you. What is your job, right?
Well, are you asking me? No.
No, what's
telling you what you would need to ask yourself.
Yeah, what's my actual spiritual job? Mine is writing and teaching, right? Whenever I go away from that, money is hard to get. I can make it because I have the energy, but money just becomes hard to get. I'm having to be a top salesman.
It's just deep still.
Same, he's right. I've experienced the same thing.
All of these other things. But then when you do the shadow work,
yes,
right, you're then looking at what do I need to do character building wise to ensure that I'm in alignment
with what you're asking for.
Then the money just comes.
Yeah.
Then you're sitting there and you need a situation and it just happens before you even think about it. Even better than you could even imagine.
Yeah.
Because what you signed up to do as a spirit before you created your body, you don't know. The only thing that you do know.
Why don't you know? Shouldn't we know?
Because you don't know if you signed the contract or not.
So how do we know it's true?
Well, it's who cares?
Based
right?
on what you feel.
Yeah.
If some vibration, if something is making you feel good, if something is making you feel like you're in your highest vibration, I feel so good inside. That is something that you're supposed to be doing.
You got yeah, I'm trying to get some answers, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some answers. I'm trying to lead the people the right way. So I've got to ask the questions that someone
would ask.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I also think we care too much in the sense of there are no real rules to this game. Like, there are no real rules to this game. At the end of the day, you're going to die. That's the only contract that you ever sign.
And what's death to you?
Death of the physical body.
Yeah, but what does it mean?
Just passing on, right? I'm just shedding the shell.
And what happens then?
You get to start again if you want to. You either go up, you might go down. You just go back into the infinite game, which is the universe that we live in.
Energy.
It's not that deep. Like,
but it is that deep, bro.
The thing
is that deep.
We've been taught it's that deep.
Yeah.
So that they can control us.
No,
okay.
I totally
so
agree with him.
wait. That's fine. I'm trying to think. So wait, it's not that deep dying and restarting into another body.
That's what we've been doing since the beginning of time.
It's that deep. So how do you control that? Do you have no control over that?
No, of course not.
So you don't have no control. So you can be spiritual and leave your body and everything, but you can't control the next move.
To a certain extent.
After you die.
Yeah.
I do think that energy lives forever, yeah? So I do believe that people cross over, and if their family keeps their spirit alive, then their energy stays alive. I do believe that.
What do you mean their family keep their spirit alive? What do you mean? Like, for example, like if they pass away, they talk about them and...
Yeah, they talk about them. They've got pictures of them around the house. They celebrate their birthday, stuff like that. It's energy. It's energy. Everything is energy.
Yeah, I know.
And once you're feeding that energy, then it's going to stay
lit.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like when you got people who've died years ago and you got family, once they're dead, they're just forgotten about. You're not gonna be feeding from that energy. So in regards to everything to do with manifestation and him talking about the universe, if you are aligned correctly with the right vibration, then you're going to draw things in. You have these people that are on different realms, i.e. past loved ones, that can also help you do that if you're aligned correctly.
So we're talking about, all right, so you don't believe in heaven and hell then?
No, I believe we live on hell. We live in hell.
Okay. We've got somewhere now.
You asked a question.
Yeah, I know. And I did it on purpose because I want to get into it.
Yeah, I like that.
So wait. So, Mr. Whittaker, heaven and hell.
It's here on earth.
It's here on earth.
Yeah, both heaven and hell.
So heaven and hell is a state of mind.
Yes.
Yeah, state of mind which is based on actions.
I like that. Yeah, I've heard so much stuff. I'll get you because heaven and hell is a state of mind. Your thoughts are your prison. Your prison is your prism, and prism is defined by length, area, width, which makes law. I get all them things there. I get all that. So it's not a physical place though. It's not a physical place where you can meet your relatives. Because you said they're in another realm. You said in another realm.
I don't believe it's physical, but I do believe it's energy.
I need more.
I was watching this thing on Netflix, right? Yeah. About people who passed away and what they experienced when they passed away for like 2-3 minutes at a time.
Did they pass away though?
Yeah, that's what whatever machines they use say so.
Does that mean you pass away though?
Not necessarily, because it also says it takes a while for, the
body to the spirit soul to leave the body. Yeah?
Right, yeah. So let's say the heart stopped. This is what these people are saying. Their heart stopped beating, and they felt like this amazing feeling of warmth, that's how they were explaining it, like a cuddle, like someone's come to get them. They felt so safe. Do you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, they're being separated from this energy, and they're waking up, and they're alive. Do you know what I mean? They've been brought back to life. Their heart's beating. There's so many people that express have that same form of expression in regards to near-death experiences.
Yeah.
That clarifies for me that it is an energy thing.
Do the people in the tribes in Africa say the same thing? The ones that don't have the same concept as us, do they say, I felt this warmth as well?
I don't know, but I do believe that the tribes in Africa definitely believe in spirit and energy.
Yeah.
Do they believe in heaven and hell?
No. Heaven and hell is a very new concept. But even
It's a very new concept.
It's very new. But even the Pope, I think it was within the last decade, has already said that hell does not exist. It's already been declared that hell doesn't actually exist.
Cool. Thank you for that. So, what happened to the bad people here? What happens to them?
Good and bad doesn't exist in certain realms because it's something that's created by polarity. So,
but good and bad exist here, bro.
Yeah,
it definitely.
So, what happens to those people that do bad here? If there's no heaven and hell, what happens to them?
It depends how aligned it is to who they are.
So you're saying some people are meant to be bad?
Yeah, of
course.
So you're straight destiny man then?
No, it's not about destiny. It's about there's infinite possibilities that are going to be happening simultaneously on the universe that's bigger than us for to comprehend. So just based on probabilities, there's some spirits that are going to want to come here and to do a matic.
Light versus dark.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying.
You're going to want to as well, right? It's like, think of it this way. Imagine you spend 30 years of your life doing one thing. Like you have this radio show and you're going to turn it up to be 60 years old, right? And then you're like, oh, I've had to listen to all of these people talk for 30 years. Yeah. No, I want to talk now. I'm going to start something. It's going to be me talking about all that I've learned. For example, because you want that variety. It's the same thing that's happening infinitely spiritually. Some people have come in and they've had one lifetime on another planet that's super technologically advanced, never had to think about working at all. And they might come to somewhere like Earth and say, well, I want to work hard. I want to toil. And they decide to manifest in the middle of, I don't know, a worn-torn time when they just have to work all the time. Because for them, that's the beauty. As a spirit, it doesn't matter what's happening to us physically because you're going to shed this.
Experience, isn't it?
Yeah, you're going to shed this and then go back to infinite, like,
purity.
Love.
Purity,
love and joy. Like, there's no... We've been taught to take life so seriously.
So wait, we're going back to love and joy.
Always.
Even the bad people.
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I just wanted to clarity on it. So there's no good and bad.
So you go back to the beginning. That's what he's saying. You're born with a pure soul. You're not born with... Do you know what I mean?
No, that takes away from what you said then.
Don't you think you're born with a pure soul?
Depends on what we call purity.
Okay, unpick that for me.
So there's some people... Genghis Khan was here to be Genghis Khan. He more likely was born a killer.
Okay.
He did develop it, seeing the trauma of his village getting raided and mashed up.
What may happen is that when you have a certain vibrational frequency, you will manifest the physical body that matches that. So, for example, if you are a man that was born in London, right, and you're saying, I don't want to be in this system, that's a lie. Spiritually, you chose to incarnate here. So there's a lesson that we need to learn in the system, whether it's to learn how to resist it, learn how to use it, learn how to live harmoniously with it. Because every choice and everything that happens to us, we have actually decided, right? Whether it's based on our actions, based on our frequency, based on soul contracts that were made on a different time frame to what we can experience here. So when we accept that, then you're able to go through life and say, well, if I want things to be easy, let me ask the universe for it to be easy and do what makes my life easy, because it's not that deep. And so I get to choose, because there's no rules. How can there be aliens, right, that have come here, created religions, chopped us up as human beings, right, done all of these things, and then they're the ones that are teaching us how to ascend, but they know how to. Because they know what to do. It's not about what we think, it's not about what we believe, it's about what you do. You don't need to believe in health, but eat healthy. You become healthy. You don't need to believe in energy.
Well, you do got to believe in it.
You don't.
Well, you got to know.
Why?
To eat healthy, you got to know.
Imagine there's someone who doesn't know anything about it, but their parents have bought him a chef, paid for him to have a chef, and so he feeds him.
Yeah.
And so he's always healthy. He's got a personal trainer. He doesn't know why. Doesn't know why these things work. He just goes to the personal trainer. He gets trained every day. Someone feeds him good food. He will end up being healthy. Because life is not about...
Yeah, but what about when he leaves that home? That protective
Well,
shell?
he's already designed that way, so he's only going to continue that.
But he doesn't have the blueprint.
You don't need to blueprint. You just need to know the actions.
Because he's been designed that way.
Why are rich people rich? There's some people that are just rich because they know how to manifest wealth. As a kid, they were taught how to manifest wealth. That's it. They don't need anything else. They don't need the belief systems. They don't need to let go of generational trauma. They would more likely make their money and then might get a therapist to unravel these traumas. Life is very simple. We've been taught all this other stuff. What, raise your vibration, you have to be vegan. Okay. You know, these are...
You don't believe that?
No.
It's not factually true.
It's weird, yeah. But the spirituality, there's so much different corners, brother. They're all kind of saying the same thing, but in different variations. Because another spiritual person say, "Nah, we can't harm the animals, not at all." And you're here saying, "Okay." Like,
he said there's no rules, and I agree with that. I genuinely,
There must be rules,
believe,
though,
yeah,
brother.
to a certain extent, yes. But how you choose to live out your spiritual path is your own personal feeling. No one's not going to feel like you.
that could be an illusion.
It could be. We all have our own illusions. 110%. We're all living
So
in.
is that the
we're all
reality
living
then?
in
Is that
illusions.
reality then?
The reality is illusions.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I'm about to wipe my eyes there. I've got my glasses dusty. Yo, let's move on for this one. Let's move to the last one.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Social media, our best friend. Today. Is social media doing more harm than good?
Yeah,
Do you think so?
definitely.
100%.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it is.
Or we're not tuned? Are we just not tuned that way?
We're not
Or is
using
the
it right.
algorithms pointing us to that direction?
There's a lot in that. We're not prepared, like, for all the dopamine. So dopamine is what gives you energy, right? It's what makes you pursue things. Yeah. But that every time you do that, you get a little dopamine
Yep.
hit for doing nothing with your life. So sometimes I can take a picture,
I hear you, but
and this is just a
we're
picture.
abusing the thing. We're abusing it.
Yep.
Because we're not prepared for this level of these chemical reactions, and what goes up must come down. So when people are getting their dopamine from social media, they're not going to be doing what they need to be doing. What is your real work, right? Are you meant to be writing? Are you meant to be creating? Are you meant to be cleaning? Are you meant to be teaching? You came here to do something, but the chemical reactions in your body is what creates your energy.
Yep.
And then if you're not getting that, you're not going to be energized to do the things that you want to do.
Are you even connected to self while you're scrolling through social media and your energy is now being infiltrated by everyone else's energy? What this one's doing, what that one's doing, what this one's doing. How the hell are you supposed to then connect with yourself? Then most people have addictive energies. So the first thing they do, instead of getting up in the morning and saying, all right, how do I feel? What do I want to do with my day? Thank you, Father, for a new day. Thank you, universe, for a new day. The first thing they're doing is scrolling to get that dopamine fix. He's so right. That's why you don't see me on social media like that. I post and I cut.
Same.
Because I don't want my energy to be, do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm here to do a job, that's it, I've done it, and I go.
What age do you think children should be on social media then? What's like? Is it
Adult,
18 plus,
20 plus.
20 plus.
Yeah, because like I said, the brain is not fully formed until...
Does your child have a phone?
Yeah, of
Does
course.
he have social media on it?
No.
So it's just a standard phone.
It's just a normal phone. He has like WhatsApp. His mum's really good with that. I'm more...
She manages it, yeah? She manages it, yeah?
I'm more the... he'll learn how to control it. I'm more, do what you need to do with your day first. So for me, it's like, to my son, I say, you need to play music every day because you are a musician. You've had this skill from you're 3 years old. So if you focus on doing what you need to do, and that's where you get your dopamine fix from, that's where you can manage your emotions from your core energy, then so what if you eventually end up using social media? Because it's about what habits you have around social media. Like, I always try to do about 2 hours worth of work when I first wake up.
What, every day?
Every day. I try to.
Yeah.
Right? I will do Qigong.
Qigong?
Yeah. I do Qigong in the morning. I'll do some form of weights, like some form of like exercise. And then I go back to what is it I need to do. So if that's trying to build a company, that was the newest thing. You have to incorporate these things. Okay, fine. If that's writing, if that's me studying astrology, whatever that is, because then what you do is that you've taken the most important part of your day, right? When you first wake up, that's when your brainwave frequencies are the highest. That's when, you know, dopamine and testosterone is you know, you're strong.
I actually work out at that time when I wake up immediately.
Yeah. And then you work, right? Let's say I'm going to complete something on work. Then let's say you go to social media after that.
Drain.
But it also won't affect you as much because you've done what you're meant to do. So you almost lose the desire to be on it.
Big up.
How old's your son?
He's 12.
He's still pretty young as well, though.
I'm gonna confess. My daughter had a phone that just called and received numbers and received calls and texts until she got to college. Then we got a nice new phone with an iPad and everything. So I felt like she deserved it then because you're going into the world now. I don't want you to be behind on anything. So here you go. So yeah, I feel like you do got to control that, man. As parents, you got to control that social media crap, man. 100%.
How's your oldest child?
16.
What's it like with your 16-year-old? Because you and I know that the dynamics of that age and your young adult is very different. How do you find dealing with your older child?
I'm very proud of her. I'm very, very proud of her. She's excelled in many ways that I would never been able to do. But I've guided her right, to be fair. And I saw when she was tripping up, and I took action. Yeah. Even though she may not have liked it at the time, today she's thanking me because she sees how her friends are. Even little things like she said to me the other day, "Oh, you know, my friends don't say rising to their mum and dads in the morning." And I said, yeah, walk past my room without saying rising and see what happens. So it's already installed into her, these little things. And yeah, man, I'm very proud of her, man. She's doing well in school, in college. And yeah, I can't say nothing bad about her at all.
I'd say the same with my son, to be honest. He understands what social media is for.
Okay. So Steve,
do you know what I mean? So
still.
he doesn't, he's not... TikTok, he has his moments, but in regards to him sharing his craft... he understands what it's for. He won't sit on it for hours.
Yeah. Oh, good.
He don't do that. Do you know what I mean? But I think the same way, you need to step in when you feel they're like, and you got to sort of rail them back in. Do you know what I mean? And then provide them with more tools because it's like, okay, you can take an extra mile, but you need the correct tools. Does that make sense? Yep. So my son, for instance, he might come home from school. The first thing he does is, all right, what do I need to do with my work? What homework is due? And then he'll take a break and then he'll be like, scroll through his little social media, more than likely TikTok. But he's he's quite disciplined compared to most kids his age, which I'm grateful for. But I do think that's because we've had conversations of what social media, how it can be detrimental to the mind. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
So there should be a minimum age for owning a smartphone, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
And that's 20 and that's
18, 20.
I would say for you to have social media, I'm not going to put my son until he's 18. For him to have his own account. Yeah. But he'll be on YouTube Shorts sometimes and things like that. But again, we've monitored what he can do with that as well. And he watches a lot of educational things. Because I think a bit like what you're saying, is some being disciplined. That's because of what we did as parents.
You've got to take credit for that as well because it matters.
Yeah.
Of course.
It matters.
My son just isn't on set. I could trust my son to make the right decisions when it comes to little girls being what new age little girls are doing. We once took my son's phone, right, and some girl was just speaking away that we were shocked at the age.
That's just sexually.
Yeah. And the way he responded, we just never had to say anything to him.
Oh, big up then.
Because he was like, why would you want to do that? Don't talk to me. And
she's been abused, obviously, innit?
Not necessarily. I think that it could be that she's exposed to things.
She's 11.
That's abuse then, man.
At the time.
That's abuse.
Yeah, but sometimes kids are so curious that their parents don't know what they're being exposed to. We're living in different times. True. Do you get what I mean? True. Social media, everything's in their face. At one point, my son was playing, what's that game called? Not Minecraft.
Fortnite.
Right, Fortnite, and ads were popping up. Sexual advertisements. Yeah, and when they're clicking on it, it's taking them to porn sites and it's taking them to... Do you get what I mean? So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's just about abuse. I would say that what parents of today are not realising our kids are actually being exposed to when we think that they're just chilling, playing on their little games, or do you know what I mean?
No, big up, man. Big up you too, man. Thank you for this edutaining Powers Talk, man. It's been great, man. It's been great. I wish it could be longer.
I know we could talk all day in it.
because of memory sizes on the cards and that. Yeah, we got like, we got to cap it and that. You
What
get
a
me?
shame.
But people, yeah, would you mind just dropping your social medias or your social content, your social links where they can find you? Mr. Whittaker, if you'd like to go first, that'd be great.
Yeah, of course. It's Daryl_Whittaker on all social platforms and darylwhittaker.com as well.
Oh, nice.
Anyway.
Miss Jordan.
My name's Jordan Music. You can find me on all social media platforms, TikTok 821 and Jordan Music __1 on everything else.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna throw some a spanner in the works before we go though. Still.
Go on.
What about do you not take psychedelics?
No, but I want to.
Have you ever tried them?
No, I want to.
Have you ever tried them?
Yes, I have.
What psychedelics
What?
have you tried?
Mushrooms and San Pedro.
San Pedro.
Yeah,
Do you think it should be legal?
100%.
Yeah, mushrooms.
Yeah?
I think with all the
100%.
research.
Yeah, it has. There's been few things that I did that helped me to face my traumas
Oh.
than San Pedro.
You know, studies have shown psychedelics are 70% beneficial for long-term effects.
Yeah,
Studies have shown.
Yeah.
So it should be legal, yeah?
definitely. That's not a question.
Yeah, easily, man. It's
People are at less harm of psychedelics than they are of taking medication every day to stimulate the mind or whatever.
Thank you for that, sister.
It's all right.
And that's how we're going to leave it there. Thank you, people, yeah?
Thanks for having me.
Have a blissed evening, yeah?
you too.
You too.
Take care, people. Power!